Hey there, welcome back to my channel. Today, we're looking into the topic of women making some men wait while giving it up quickly to the chads. I'd like to read your perspectives as well, and don't forget to like and subscribe. So, let's get started.
Making a man wait while her 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 previous partners she slept with on the first or second date is like me going to McDonald's. Everyone in the restaurant paid $1 for a cheeseburger. There's 3 people in line ahead of me. They all pay $1 for a cheeseburger. Then I get to the front of the line, ask for a cheeseburger, and the clerk looks at me and says, "It's $1,000 for you, sir."
Then don't pay.
Exactly. Let's see, I got more. Or it's more like,
If she makes you wait 90 days to have sex, is that a deal breaker?
Yeah.
Bitch, you got 45 seconds and I'm leaving.
What is a okay amount of time for her to make you wait?
You mean like 2 consenting adults? 72 hours? Like, we're in high school? What are we doing?
Okay, wait, so you talk to her for a week, you decide to fly her out or meet her somewhere, whatever, somebody is flying, and it's been a week. So you expect her to have sex with you?
I'm not expecting any, I don't have expectations,
Okay.
but I mean, if she's attracted to me and I've been talking to her for a week, she should be antsy to let me. By date 2, if she's not on to me, she's not touching me, she's not flirting with me or none of that, she's not interested. Shouldn't be no date 3.
That's how it starts, you know. Taking bitches out to eat, meals and whatnot. Next thing you know, you wake up in a rest haven for hoes.
If a guy keeps getting turned down, eventually the passion will die. Guys want sex a minimum of a couple times a week, and ideally, they want a woman who doesn't have to be asked.
You want sexy time constantly? Yeah, of course.
I wouldn't say that, but like I wouldn't write that in a book. They was spitting on that one. I don't know.
If you ask a friend constantly to hang out and they say no, eventually you're going to be like, fuck, I'm not even going to ask anymore.
The first one is women make rules for betas and break rules for alphas. Now, I'm going to tell you this. If you find that to be offensive, I won't even debate this with you. This is absolutely, unassailably, irrevocably true. Cannot tell you how many times I meet a woman who says, I am going to make men wait 5 dates to have sex with me and go and have sex with their ex or go have sex with some male stripper or VIP host that they met or some bartender the first night. It is absolutely irrevocably true. Can you talk about this and how it fits in
Yes, absolutely I can. So there's like kind of 3 parts to this. The first one is my iron rule of Tomasi number 3, which is any woman that makes you wait for sex, the sex is never worth the wait. Now, that is not about push for a same night lay. That has nothing to do with it. It has everything to do with what I call the desire dynamic. Genuine desire. Own your soul, fresh. Own your soul, genuine desire, right? And I don't think that men should want to have sex with a woman who doesn't want to have sex with him.
For sure.
Or has some sort of mitigating factor in there. Like, well, if you jump through these hoops, then maybe I'll you, right? First of all, on a woman's part, it's contrived and it becomes an obligation, right? I always say this is you cannot negotiate genuine desire.
For sure.
And when you do negotiate genuine desire, whether it's with the girl that you met in the club or it's your wife at marriage counseling, when you're negotiating genuine desire, the only thing that comes out of that is obligated compliance. It's not like I really want to you. It's I owe you a.
Men don't never get tired of fucking. Don't no man want to come home to no woman that's talking about she tired. I'm not in the mood. I'm not in the mood. I ain't in the mood. You ain't gonna be in the mood, but Keisha down the street finna throw that ass back. Keisha finna fuck your man like you fucked him when you first met him. Keisha from down the street can't wait.
Men have Marine sniper patience as far as getting what they want from you. So, you making him wait 2 weeks, 90 days, none of that's gonna matter if all he does for is sex, because after he have the sex, he's gone. Simple as that. So I feel like why not just get it out the way? You can enjoy it, I can enjoy it, and we can go on about our business if it's not meant to be, if that's what we're here for, or you can enjoy it, I can enjoy it, and we can keep doing it. And eventually that can lead to something bigger. A lot of people have like a stigma about it, like, she a hoe or, whatever, but man, we don't care about that. Not in this age, to be honest. If we felt like you was a hoe, we gonna feel like that whether or not you wait to give us the sex or whether or not you give it to us on the first night. Because our notion of that comes from your resume up until that point.
When I hear a woman say, make a man wait 90 days before you have sex. If I said, okay, then you need to wait 90 days before he takes you out on a date. You need to wait 90 days before he spends a single dollar on you. You need to go ahead and talk to him every day or however often for 90 days before he decides to invest in you as you are going to be invested in him. For a man to vet you, it is the standard to spend money. Okay, for me to get your time, I have to spend money somewhere. In most cases, I gotta take you on a Capitol Grill. That's gonna cost money. I gotta take you at a place that you deem is valuable for you to sit at, right? Which is gonna cost me money. Instead of saying, hey, you know what? The realistic thing is, if we just sat here and talked to each other for 90 days, and I'm like, okay, cool. If I FaceTime you, I can't FaceTime you more than, once or twice a week unless I had actually started to invest money in you for 90 days. I'm wrong. So I'm not saying that your box is in exchange for money. What I'm saying is that for me to actually get your time, I have to spend money. But yeah, I can spend your money and get your time, but never get nothing out of it. Is not fair to a man.
Girl, if you want a man to fall in love with you, you need to make him work for it. But also your it in general. But your general it, so like the lovey-dovey side of you, you don't want to make him wait too long for that, because then he's just going to think, okay, she doesn't have that side of her. Personality-wise, really just be yourself, and he will either like it or he won't. But when it comes to it, you want him to wait. Because anybody can give him that it. He knows you can give him that it. He knows you have it. He knows. You don't have to prove it to him. You want to make him work for it, and if he doesn't last that waiting period, then he wasn't for you. He wanted you for that it. And then if you're looking for something serious, then you just dodged a bullet.
Women, if you make men wait, you will end up with the men with time on their hands. Think about it. What kind of man is going to wait around to see if a given woman thinks he's good enough to sleep with? I'll help you out. It ain't gonna be the attractive men with lots of options who already know their worth. If you are fortunate enough to find yourself on a date with one of these individuals, and you are receiving the undivided attention of a high-value man who is showing you sexual interest, it is not the time to play hard to get. You have been given an opportunity that may never come again. Let's look at this from another angle, shall we? Why aren't there female 9s and 10s on dating apps? I hear men complain all the time about the apparent attractiveness of the women they encounter on apps. But my brothers in Christ, of course you're not going to find super beautiful women on dating apps. These women, like the super successful men, don't date conventionally. And they don't date conventionally for the exact same reason. It's far too expensive.
How come, you'll give it to a whack dude before and then make a good guy wait? I don't think that you're trying to make the good guy wait. I think that you want him to see the value in you. Sometimes I'm like, all right, if I give it to him too soon, he's going to think, like I'm not a good girl, or there's no, I'm just a quick, easy F or whatever. And I think that's sometimes what women will do. They'll make the guy that they really like wait longer, because that's who they really like see potential in. I might see a husband in you, and just like men like see certain women like, oh, she's wifey material, or she's just somebody I'm gonna smash. I think women are able to do that as well. Like, he's got a lot of good qualities. He got some good stuff going for himself. I'm gonna just, let me see how it goes. Let me make him wait for it. And then, hopefully you guys can build on the relationship more instead of just the sexual, and then it can blossom into something else.
Women don't want to, be confused by the sex, and they actually want to get to know, is this a good dude? Like, should I continue down this road? Because with some people, like, the sex can cloud your judgment, on what a person is or what they could be, So I would think that may have something to do with it as far as waiting.
I think that's a good example too.
That's real.
So women, for whatever reason, when it comes to their short-term prospects, this guy that's not long-term or whatever, they'll give him the ass. But then the guy that actually is good to them, okay, I actually see him as a prospect, I make him wait. I understand why women do that, but they got it all up because they don't understand. They think that we hold sex in the same category as they hold sex. No, that's number one for us. So if you gave him the ass and then you made this guy wait, if that guy that you made wait found out that you was giving this guy ass, he's gonna feel some type of way inside. It's his masculine imperative, because it's just, you gave this nigga shit for free and I had to do this. It's just how a man is. And I'll argue to say that if he don't feel a way, that man has been castrated, bro. He's not a man no more.
If a woman is making you wait for intimacy, or she's just pretty much prolonging the process, making you take her out on 3, 4, 5, 6 dates, here's why. The first reason is self-inflicted, and you put yourself in the boyfriend box. Now, obviously, if you're looking for a relationship, this is not a bad box to be in. However, it's bad because women will create rules for you. Most guys put themselves in the boyfriend box simply because of how they're acting. They come off really nice, really charming, have a lot of chivalry without her ever earning it. Also, your conversation topics are really serious and they're not flirty and fun. You could also showcase more provider characteristics because you have a good career, you live in a nice place, you drive a nice car, and for that reason, she sees romantic potential in you, which will make her hold out because she doesn't want you to lose interest in her. Now, the second reason is because of her past. She's used to guys getting it quick, maybe too fast, and for that reason, she's kind of switched up her dating strategy, which is honestly a fair point, so it really comes back down to timing. You honestly just caught her at the wrong time. I've noticed this to be more popular with women in their late 20s to early 30s especially. So if you're dating young girls like, late teenager, early 20s, this will tend to be more unlikely.
So ladies, you might not like what I'm about to say right now, but I need for you to listen. Ladies, in our relationships and in our marriages, we have to stop depriving our men of sex, okay? Let me tell you why. When you deprive your man of sex, it not only messes with him mentally, physically, and emotionally, but it also creates division in your relationship. See, ladies, sex is very important. And for some reason, we feel like after we get in a relationship or we get married, that it's no longer a top priority, when in actuality, it should be a top priority. Trust me, I get it. We, as women, we work now, we take care of the kids. We have a lot on our plate as well. And a lot of times we just don't prioritize sex. But here's the thing. If you're not prioritizing sex in your relationship or in your marriage, best believe that man is getting it somewhere else. And I hate to say it like that, but that's just what it is. And the thing is, a lot of times when we find out that man is getting sex elsewhere, we want to get mad and blame him and call him a cheater. But in actuality, if you just would have been giving him some 2 to 3 times out the week anyway, you probably wouldn't have had to worry about him sneaking down the street. You get what I'm saying? So ladies, let's just do better. Let's make it a point to start prioritizing sex in our relationships, okay?
Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.